Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at TeaTreeLab.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. It's what is today? Today is Wednesday. It feels like a long day. 4:45 every day, and putting everything out there is not the easiest thing to do. Today was a good day. Lots of good strategies triggered even when the market seems overbought and everyone's really scared. But as long as you have the right process and you have the right risk reward, you can still make active cash flow if you're prepared. Now here at T3 we do a bunch of different types of products. Okay, as far as what I do is I've done three big ones. I do a report every single year. A lot of you guys are like, Red Dog, what's the Redler report you keep talking about? Well, every year since 2012 I come out with 12 different stocks or 10 different stocks that I think could have a great year / good performance with lots of different strategies. So when I refer to saying this was in my 2017 report, basically a lot of guys that don't trade actively all year long, they go out and buy a portion of whatever percentage they're willing to allocate into each one individually. Some people do it like that. Okay, then some people also take the report and say, hey, this is what Red Dog might be looking at. It might trigger as active trade based on trading strategies that I do go over and I reinforce in my note every day, which is another product that I come out with every day. You get an email at 8:30 with 25 different names on it. I write it from 6 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 in the morning, which identifies what I'm looking to trade, what's igniting now, what swing trade strategies are in motion, which could correlate to the 2017 report. And then you also have the Morning Call Express, which is fully free if you don't buy any of the other stuff, and the recap, which is fully free. But you have to then take the information and connect the dots. I also put a lot of charts on Twitter, and I'm not always saying my entry, my exit, this and that. Only friggin' 2 thumbs and 6 monitors and products galore and employees up the yin yang and whatever it is. Anyway, for now, if you look at the chart of the S&P cash, you could see that here it is. I post it every day. This was your descending trend line that we broke above when Donald Trump was elected. Here's your accelerated trend that we've been following since then. Got a little temperamental right here, but we held the 21-day and we held the accelerated trend, and then this is when we broke out again. That was 2,300 in the S&P cash. What a nice day that was. Tried to get you out here. This was a buy strategy, another buy strategy, and then you could have picked your spots to sell. Then we had a 3-day consolidation. Then on Monday or Tuesday, we broke to new highs, and today was an inside day. So now we'll try and figure out, will we hold above Tuesday's low after an inside day? Do we break below the narrow range bar? That's what that is, guys, in technical analysis land. A narrow range bar. What's that? That's a little tiny bar within a bigger bar. So 2 things could happen. We can get another one. Actually, 3 things could happen. Or we could break above, or there's a trap and we break below and then we see a little bit of a retracement, maybe the 8th day. So moving along, it's hard to figure out where the money's going or what to do next, especially when you're overbooked because no one wants to chase. But today we put a few different strategies out there, Facebook being one of them. Facebook, a name that I usually trade, and I did miss it. I missed a really big move here. This was when it didn't look so great starting the year, but it reclaimed all the moving averages there. And then it got a little rejected here on earnings, but then right here when they held it in the game, I was like, look at that. They didn't break Facebook down as much as they broke Amazon down or Google down, and they all made new highs, so why wouldn't Facebook? So anyway, we were a buyer in here, listed the chart. I added today above 134.10 and a few other times, sold some strength, and I'm still in it long, and you would think that maybe we get a little bit of follow through. Does it happen tomorrow morning? Maybe. Do we get an inside day tomorrow and then a little follow through? Sometimes Facebook likes to not reward you right away. But anyway, today, if you bought yesterday, I posted the chart 2 days in a row. The pre-strategy, not the post-strategy. You could have made a nice, piece of change for the day, and then who knows if you take some overnight because you do that, maybe you get a little bit tomorrow. As far as BABA, which was the other strategy, posted 2 individual charts besides the everyday charts I posted of the S&P cash or the small caps or this and that. Well, the BABA, which became a really nice focus when it cleared this descending channel. This was not on my 2017 report. It was a focus on my 2016 report, and then boom. But when things change, I change, and you know what? Broke above this little flag pattern, gapped up on earnings. went sideways for almost a month and plus, and bought some yesterday, added when it went above right here. That was the 105.20, and now it's trying to clear this resistance. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it doesn't, but into here I sold some. I still have some overnight. Nice 2-day trade. Maybe tomorrow we get a gap up, maybe we don't. But at this point, it's acting well. Does seem like the path of least resistance is to up here. Amazon, I had no Amazon today. I actually sold it yesterday. Lots of different trades here. This was my focus to start the year, and it wound up being a good one. On earnings, I lost some money in my calls because it didn't go, but then we were able to make some money back when it triggered above this 818. Okay, and then basically you got your, you're long above 845 to 847, and I sold yesterday. Now we'll see what happens here. Maybe we get a nice little bull flag, get a bull flag. Maybe I re-enter, kind of like what I did here. I bought some here, sold some there, bought some here, sold some there. Didn't really do much in that move, I don't remember. But anyway, here's where you are. We'll see if the moving averages catch up, and then it goes again. Google, not doing too much. Had a little bit on Thursday and Friday right here. Okay, and then I actually sold into this. I didn't catch these 2 days. Does seem as if it's working its way back towards the prior highs where it failed. And then what did it do? It held the 50-day, and then in the Redler all-access note that I write every day, we talked about if it can clear 826, maybe you buy it for a lower level trade, and if you're in it still from here, you made good money. If you were in it for a few days, you made decent money. Whatever you do, you do. Anyway, moving on, not really that compelling. Netflix has been a little bit out of play. First time I'm in it again. I don't love it. I didn't get a great price. This was a nice trade right here. But then if you remember, it tried to break above 145 and it failed. That's when I got stopped out. What did it do? It held the 21-day. And now if anyone was thinking there would be a bear flag and then continue lower, you probably got stopped out today. Doesn't mean it's going to make new all-time highs tomorrow. No. But it looks like it's in the game, so I'm in some. I'm just trying to find some strategies that you could stay with. For those of you that bought in C because of my 2017 report, which I talked about it, or was in it because of the VTF, which I was buying the calls in here, you've done very well. If you also watched the recap in the morning call, I talked about this day one here that went sideways, and then in yesterday's or the day before's note, we talked about this pivot. If it can get above 1123, it can go to the 200-day, and look at that, woo-hoo-hoo. Well, anyway, sold half my calls into that because the spread's really wide, and I had to sell it on the offer in order to get taken, but I still have half left. If you look at where this thing has come from, it's come from 45, so down here at 13. I'm not in a rush, but from 10 to 13, 30%, and the options went from I think 1.5. I sold some today above 4.5. Nice trade. Now we'll figure out what's next. And these are all real-time trades that everyone could watch based on the product that you use. EMES, people were saying, "Hey, Red Dog, what do I do with this? I can't believe this was your least." Your most speculative stock you put on the report. I was like, yeah, because it's a $10, $12 stock. So anyway, if you bought it when it started the year, when it didn't trigger, congratulations. If you waited for it to trigger, we talked about it in my note here. Okay, and now look at it, 23. I said it can go north of 20. So from 13 to 20, big percentage. It's only February, Jesus Louises, if that's a phrase. Another nice move here into numbers. I would have taken some off. You do what you want to do. You probably did better than I did because I did not touch this. I did not touch EMES this entire 6 weeks. Doesn't mean you don't have to. A lot of you guys love fracking plays. I put it on there because I wanted a little bit of a good idea for that sector. And I spoke to some institutional sales traders that I trust in the beginning of the year, and I said, what's your favorite play in fracking? Hey, EMES, okay. So I put it on there, boom. Then here traded again as far as, what's it called technically, and then now, boom. Lots of good stuff. Win is also on there, and Win is not good. Win, I lost money 3 different times in the past, in this range. Okay, the range is still sitting here doing absolutely nothing. If it's something that you bought to start the year, also in here, you know what? You're still not even down on it. You just haven't made on it. One of the few positions that haven't worked out yet out of the 12 or 13. Bank of America, small. Oh, look at that. It came all the way back. I bought, we had a little strategy last week, which was the focus when it broke above this channel. Okay, buy some, add some, sell some. I actually got flat here, bought some, And then today I sold some. It looked like a red dog reversal, but it actually held in pretty well, still just fine. For those of you that are in the note, I think my target is 28 to 32, but that's for the whole year. It's only February. If you're day trading, tier 1, tier 2, back to tier 1, and maybe you're sitting in tier 1, I got flat today. Doesn't mean you have to be flat today. So in closing, there are so many resources out there. Not only me, you look on Twitter, there's like, the Twitter, the 20 of 20, the 30 of 30, so many guys that people follow that put real-time actionable plays out there, that don't try and scare you out of the market, that don't preach the end of the world, that can keep you involved in a way that fits your process. Also, you can have a long-term approach, a 401k, where you put money in every single month, which I do advocate. No one talks about the risks of not having one. Well, there are a lot of risks of not having one because you're not going to retire the right way, even if you pay off your mortgage, as well as paying for college, a 529 plan. So a long-term approach that fits your needs and your monthly budget, and then a short-term approach if you want to trade actively for cash flow, for swing trading, whatever it is you want to do, there are ways to do it. But you're not going to get anywhere if you complain, you point fingers, you revenge trade, you don't know your rules, you have no discipline, and you get frustrated every time you look at the stock market prices because you're not involved in a responsible way. With all that said, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I got to get out of here.